According to Rishma Sujani, founder and CEO of the organization Girls Who Code, in an interview with CNBC, every mother I know is at their breaking point. Because when schools closed, we became teachers, nannies, and support folks, so the entire system is broken. This level of frustration is also being felt locally, and it prompted one Montgomery County resident to express her opinion in Bethesda Magazine, which captured the support of many. Joining us today is Lauren Billings, the Bethesda Beat contributor. Welcome, Lauren.
Thank you for having me.
And at the start of the show, I will say that we are so pleased to have you because of your dad. And we're going to give your dad, Jim Shalek, lots of props because Jim was a regular contributor on our program for 21 years, and we're glad you're following in his footsteps.
Oh, thank you very much. He sends his best.
Well, thank you. Lauren, your op-ed was one of the most widely read articles published by Bethesda Beat. And why do you think so many people related to your story?
You know, Maryland was one of the first states to enter into lockdown almost exactly a year ago. And yet here we are 12 months into the pandemic, and Maryland is ranking at the bottom for the vaccination rollout. Our schools are still closed. Our restaurants are suffering, our businesses are suffering, and we have no cohesive reopening plan. We are the only county that is continuing to sacrifice our children's mental and academic health for political power plays, and we've got to get vaccines into arms, and we have to support our local businesses. It is truly time for our leaders to step up.
I think what was really compelling about your article was the description that you had of your dad's experience in trying to get a vaccine. Could you tell us about that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the county-run vaccination registration and rollout has been one of the most complicated and poorly managed systems across the country. My 74-year-old dad, who's a very good friend of yours, has a pre-existing heart condition. He was on 6 different waiting lists, only to be denied a vaccination at Quince Orchard High School in his own county after receiving the state-authorized vaccination time slot. So the lack of a coordinated county and state strategy has been so disappointing. The mixed messages amongst our leaders and the fact that our parents have been staring at computer screens for endless hours trying to get an opening, then to only be denied, has truly been infuriating.
And where did he finally get a vaccination?
He ended up driving to Prince George's County for his first vaccination dose, where he can get an opening at midnight online through one of the pharmacies. And, you know, it's really no surprise at all that Maryland is ranking almost at the bottom when it comes to getting vaccines into arms. It has been so mismanaged.
Well, we're going to, in our next segment, we're going to talk about the 60 Minutes report that aired that talked about how frustrating it is here in Maryland, but also in Montgomery County. And your story is really a very compelling one because it really touches all of us. And I think that's why it was so widely read in Bethesda magazines. When I clicked on the article, I saw how many reads that it had garnered. I was truly amazed. Have you had any response from any other people on this?
You know, the response has been overwhelmingly positive, and I think it's largely due to the fact that so many people can relate to these frustrations. Even these mass vaccination sites that are now popping up here and there at Six Flags, the wait times are extraordinary. People can't even get through to anyone to schedule an appointment. They arrive after driving, 45 to 60 minutes to their vaccination time slot, only to be turned away. I don't know what is happening here, but we are not doing a good job of rolling this out.
Well, Lauren, I am hopeful. I think we all are that if we show a little patience, that the system will improve, and we'll all be vaccinated soon. President Biden has certainly announced that his goal is to have all adults vaccinated by the end of May, and I'm sure that's a goal that we all can hope gets here sooner rather than later. I want to thank you for being on the show today and sharing your story, and give our best wishes to your dad when you see him next. Thanks.
Thank you very much for having me.
Appreciate it. So Lauren's story is one that we all can relate to, but also we can relate to the frustration.
More people live in Montgomery County than in Wyoming, Vermont, North Dakota, and even DC. We are a big county with a lot of stories. Subscribe to our channel and don't miss any of the important news happening in our community.